Hello and welcome into the Lone Star Varsity Coaches Show. I'm here with Lubbock High head coach Jason Strunk, who had a big win, an overtime win, a 17-14 overtime win against Seminole, which was a 4A Division II regional finalist last year. Lubbock High was coming off a tough season, but this certainly is a positive start in the turnaround.
Right.
And we just got 4 plays here that we want to show you guys that helped Lubbock High win the game. They're all offensive plays today,
Right.
but offense was the name of the game at the end of that game.
That's right.
As we'll see. So let's just take a look at play number 1 and what's going on.
Okay, right here, this is third quarter. We have a third and long situation. We came out in our joker package, and I see a corner here, and we just run a go route. And Kwame Wilborn puts in the corner Christian Coleman. Pretty simple. And what I saw at the snap, I felt we could get by that corner. The safeties were playing at 6 yards. I felt with Christian's speed we can get around him and get there, and then Kwame made a great throw on him.
How many options did Kwame have on this play, really?
Just one. You can see we're going to max protect here with our wing. We're going to max protect in the backfield, and we just called, what we call this, and he just goes right by. Now, we were never going to look up top to those receivers because we didn't want to throw it there. We have a specific term to get it down here to a single matchup. When you pinch those safeties in at 6 yards, we have enough speed to beat you vertically, and that's what happened on that one.
Let's say they blow up that route for some reason. What does Kwame do at that point? Is it basically he's going to take off and run?
He can take off and run, but more than likely he's going to throw it away. He'll throw it out of bounds. He doesn't like it, and he's in our hip pocket. He doesn't like it. He's going to put that where nobody can get it. So it's a good read. Christian runs a good route, gets outside, and look at the timing of it and where he puts it. I mean, where we can only get it. So I'd like to say we practice it that way, the back shoulder type deal, but that's how it worked out. It's all about repetition and practice.
Now let's look at Seminole's defensive front, and what are they showing you on this play?
Right here, these guys for Seminole right here, this is the beef of their defense. That's what makes them good. They were missing number 88 at this point. All right, he was out. But right here, we get a good pass pocket to throw from. Up front, we did a good job protecting them. And as the game went on, in the third quarter we got here, the rush slowed down. First half, we had 30 yards of offense. They were all over us. Our conditioning is very good, and I believe it's because of the way we practice. So we had a good pocket to throw from there. We did a good job up front.
We'll move on to play number 2. Now start this one off. Just explain the situation and where we are in the game.
Right now, there's about 3 minutes, 30 seconds left in the game from what I remember. And we started on our own 20, and we're down 14-7. So we just had a big penalty to get us to here, and now we're sitting 1st and 10, like I said, with about 3 minutes, 30 seconds left.
Now, what were you trying to accomplish on that play, and what did you see when Seminole lined up?
So what we saw, they were bringing heat all night. And what we saw, we figured we'd take advantage of the outside backer. And this is just what you call an RPO. It's a popular football term right now, run-pass option. So our quarterback is going to look like he's running inside zone. And when he gets his key, if the outside linebacker comes, we're going to throw right behind him. So we went through, Kwame went through his reads. He got the ride and decide, we call it. Felt he could zip the ball into our slot receiver, Christian Jimenez here. And it's a big play because it's the first time we ran it all game and picked up 13 yards. Now we're marching. From this point on, we were hot the rest of the game. This kick started it.
Which outside linebackers?
Right here. Thrown right behind him.
So he comes in.
Right.
So Kwame's a dead man if he runs that football.
Right. We had leverage. Okay, so they came off the edge, and we had leverage on the outside backer sitting outside. We were already inside of him. So he's beat by alignment. So I'm sorry, the safety. So this guy is going to come up right here. You have the safety rolled down. He's going to come off the edge, and Christian just slips right inside. So we're going to catch this right in between the safety and the inside backer. Simple. There's 13 yards.
Looks like just a great timing route, like something you had probably practiced 100 times leading up into that, because no one really stops and thinks about it. He just dumps the ball in there, and the receiver takes off.
Yeah, and you're pulling it from the belly, doing our ride and decide, then your toes have to get to the target to throw a good pass. We rep RPOs daily, and our sessions in that are quick, fast, and they've looked great at it all year long during practice, so you can see it come through here in the game. It's that simple.
Now, Kwame's an experienced quarterback. Do you think that a younger quarterback could have made that decision? How much experience does it take to really understand what you're getting from Seminole?
It depends on how you practice. If you're repping it and you're working it daily like we do, and you practice as fast as we do, it's easy. It doesn't look like it, but there's 2 keys you read and throw it. That's it. So I think being a senior and having that experience helps out, but I think we can train, a sophomore come in and do it if we needed to.
Now you're down 14-7 at this point. We'll move on to the next play, which allowed you to tie the game 14-14.
And that play is important because from that point on we were hot. Our offense was rolling.
So this is a scoring passing play.
Right.
Let's check it out.
And again, this is when a 3-by-1 look. We have Christian Coleman singled up down here to the outside with the corner. The key here is he puts it where only we could catch it.
Right. Great angle taken by the receiver.
Yeah.
He took away the back of the end zone for that corner.
And again, that's Christian Coleman who had a tremendous game. He was hot all night. Kwame put the ball in this spot. We rep this play and this situation every day in practice, and it carried through into the game. It's just how we draw it up.
That's pretty quick, but let's take a look at the offensive line and their pass protection here, because you've got a heck of an offensive line. A guy on the line with an offer from Army.
Right. Yeah. Right here's James Brady, 6'6", 290. Here's Eric Puente, a senior. Eric is 6'1", 235 pounds. He's good himself. Right here we have a brand new sophomore center. All right. Christian Longoria, who had a good game, in the second half. These guys are young on this side. We're all sophomores over here. So down here, this is our quick protection scheme where if we take a sack on this, there's something wrong because it's snap, pitch, catch. That's how quick it happens.
Now, there's a big problem, and that's Cade Barnard right here, who's probably the most recruited, still available West Texas football player. Offers from Louisiana Tech, probably North Texas, 13 offers.
Yeah.
And these guys are tasked with defending Kwame and running back Isaiah Johnson from that guy the whole night. And succeeded. Yeah,
and you have Christian Coleman down here. So our 3 playmakers are in the game right now. We want to eliminate this guy from the picture. So this is why we get it out here to Christian. Really, it's a low percentage pass, but it's really high percentage for us for how much we rep it. We've scored on that in every scrimmage. We rep it every day in practice. So we felt when we called a timeout, there's I think 15 seconds left. And I called the play. My offensive staff looked at me and said, "Yep, we knew what we were going to go with." I mean, we were all on the same page. The players knew we were going to this play, and I think that's why it clicked.
Did you feel like the game was yours at this point?
Yes, I felt extremely good about where we're at. Now, obviously, I was sweating the extra point, making sure, we got the snap right in the kickoff. But it was, I felt good where we're at. And on this drive, Lance Hogel, our offensive line coach, came up to me, and he's an old head coach, and he said, "Hey, just how many timeouts do you have left?" And he said, we tie this up, or we score, do you want to go for 2? Or you want to, take it to overtime? We're taking it to overtime. Because I felt where our conditioning was, we were going to win this game on conditioning. Their rush wasn't anything like it was in the first half. And I felt we had them at this point. And I'm not being cocky. I'm not being disrespectful towards Seminole. It's just the feeling I had as a head coach was I liked where we were as a team, and I thought we had the momentum. I thought it was going to be hard to stop us.
So moving on to the overtime play, this is the decisive play of the game. Seminole, I guess you guys won the toss. You liked to play defense. Seminole kicks a field goal.
Right.
So
which is what we wanted.
Right.
That's what we got. It's either, hey, they missed the field goal, or they don't score, better. But we held them to a field goal. And I felt good because we have a good kicker in Manny Rodriguez.
So 1st and 25, or 1st and 10 from the 25. In overtime. This is the very first play of overtime.
And this is an option play.
And there he goes.
It's
y'all
incredible.
Are 1-0.
Incredible.
Now, I mean, just looking at that, it looks like Isaiah Johnson, who's a sophomore running back, he wasn't going to be denied on that play because there's not a whole lot going on. No. After he gets to the 20, he doesn't have very much help. He just breaks free.
Right. And what we're doing here, this wasn't a design give. The give is part of the option. We can give here and we can run inside zone here. We have our guys running bubble routes on each side. Now, I called it this way. So what happens if Kwame reads, and doesn't like the run read he's getting, this end crashes down. Kwame's sprinting out here, and he's running off, and this guy's running a key route, we call it. So now he's on the outside, and we're one-on-one with the outside backer. We can throw it or run it with Kwame.
Well, let's see what the receiver did. Would you have liked it if Kwame had pulled it and decided he was going to going to throw.
Yeah, I think it was there no matter what we wanted to do. It was there. Kwame decided to give, and it worked out. You know, I think he liked what he saw in the box. And you notice the first contact we have is our own guard hitting him. We kind of screwed our scheme up a little bit, and Isaiah's good enough to overcome that.
Yeah. Isaiah's just a sophomore. And,
right.
I mean, he looks like one of the strongest players on the field. What is his upside over these next 3 years?
He's through the roof. He's going to be the best athlete I've ever coached, I believe. He's already getting Division I looks. It's just he's an incredible athlete. And you try to do what I think happened here. You know, if you take it back, what I think happened was I think Seminole was trying to strip the ball and didn't secure the tackle. And you're not going to tackle Isaiah up high. You won't. His leg drive is too much. And the key here is they blitz Bernard. That's how you say his name. They blitz him. He misses. Now we have no one in here. Now we're good. And right here, these guys are just trying to strip the ball, you know, instead of securing the tackle first. I think that's what happened. It makes sense from the standpoint we strip, we fumble, they recover, they win. You know, so it was a great run by Isaiah. And I think it was, a lack of tackling on Seminole's part. You know, have one guy secure a tackle, next guy try to strip. And again, at this point, I felt we were strong with Isaiah. We had the better conditioning, I thought, and I think that's what made us prevail.
Yeah, I'm guessing with this play too, you weren't thinking touchdown. You were thinking, I just want a 2nd and 5,
right.
2nd and 6 kind of situation and be ahead of
yes,
the down and distance.
This was a key play during our game-tying drive. And like I told you, I felt good about what we're doing. I came right back to it. And actually, when this play started, as it's going and he makes contact here and sidesteps in here, I remember looking at my play sheet thinking, I have 2nd and 5, what do I want to run? And next thing you know, I look up and he's gone. So I right by here, I was looking at my play sheet thinking we got 2nd and 5, and there he goes. I mean, just incredible will, by Isaiah Johnson. Doesn't fumble, hangs on to the football, has incredible leg drive, ends up in the end zone. One play in overtime, we win the game. It was pandemonium after that.
Yeah. when you got back into the locker room, I mean, this is a team that's had its struggle. It had its struggles last year.
Yeah.
To start off 1-0. To beat a really respected Seminole team. I mean,
right.
what was it like to be a part of that locker room after that game?
It was awesome. The Lubbock High's had a tough 40 years, not just 1 year. And I think what you saw was a culmination of maybe 40-some years of frustration and only being 1-0 2 times since then. So I think it got the community together. Our football team's playing as one. This is just a great night to open up, and it's Texas, of course. It's the first Friday night. The bands are there. This was just a great night for football.
And then finally, how did your offense grade out as a whole in this game?
Not good. Like I said, we had 30 yards of offense first half. A lot of that was these front four. They're good. Seminole's legit. This is a good defense. I think 7 or 9 returners on this and went 4 rounds deep. We knew it was going to be a struggle, getting yardage against these guys, even with Isaiah Johnson and Kwame in the backfield. We knew it'd be a struggle because our O-line's young. But they really rose to the occasion, kept us in the game. Our defense was fantastic, and allowed our conditioning to take hold in the fourth quarter. And that's what it was. I firmly believe we won this because we were in good shape and we wore them out.
Well, that's going to do it for us. Coach Strunk, we really appreciate you coming in. It was so much fun to talk about this, and we hope to see you again later this season.
I hope so, too. It'd be a good thing.